Like, what is the intention or thought process beside creating the cuisine challenge?
For the breakfast because we on an average we catch about people on a daily basis.
Do you keep in mind when you have to cater to people from
We
outside?
are popular because of this thing only because we love the Satvik food and we utilize.
My podcast, Bharat Chefya. I am Avantika Tokas once again for you. Just as I keep putting up stories, narratives, and opinions from different people, today again we have a very special guest. I'm here at Vrindavan in Radisson Hotel, and I'm super impressed with the quality of the food. जिसे कहते हैं सात्विक सूप और खाना मुझे लगता है बहुत इसेंशियल चीज है यहाँ पे। तो आज हम बात करते हैं यहाँ के हेड शेफ से जानने के लिए कि जब वो खाना प्रिपेयर करते हैं तो उसमें जो इंटेंशन होती है, जब हम सात्विक फूड के बारे में बात करते हैं तो उसके पीछे फिलॉसफी क्या है। सो लेट्स वेलकम शेफ सुशांत। थैंक यू so much for being here on the podcast. And honestly, the minute I stepped in the hotel, right from tea to having main course to having dinner, lunch, everything has been fabulous. Flavors, I am not only saying that flavors are exceptionally good, but it's very different, and especially when it's not created with onion and garlic, right? So could you tell us what is the recipe like? What is the intention or thought process beside creating the cuisine today?
The thought process behind creating the food today is to connect each and every guest who visits to the Radisson Hotel Vrindavan, to connect them with the French culture and to connect them to the food which comes from the divine land of the Lord Krishna.
Right. So, जैसे ही हमने यहाँ पर एंटर करा, मुझे सबसे ज़्यादा पेक्यूलियर चीज़ ये लगी कि हर जगह की मसाला चाय अच्छी नहीं होती। और यहाँ मुझे उन्हें बताने की ज़रूरत भी नहीं पड़ी, बट मैंने कहा मुझे मसाला चाय चाहिए जिसमें वाकई फ्लेवर हो अदरक का, इलायची का। सो क्या वो भी एक इंटेंशन के साथ इंस्पायर्ड है या उसकी भी कोई रेसिपी है? बिकॉज चाय सबसे पहले थकावट दूर करती है।
जी, आपने जैसे बोला बिल्कुल सही है, क्योंकि पिछले ब्रजवासी का जो कल्चर है, जिसने भी ब्रजवासी यहाँ है, जो लैंड ऑफ सिस्टम है, जिसने एक बिलोंग करते हैं, वो सब मैक्सिमम और स्पाइसेस का यूज करते हैं जो रीजन इस जगह पर माने गए। आज जैसे इलायची आपका बहुत अच्छे से घरों में इस्तेमाल होता है, लौंग का इस्तेमाल होता है, तेज पत्ते का इस्तेमाल होता है।
You must be seeing crowd from international places outside India as well. How do you and what do you keep in mind when you have to cater to people from outside? How do you traditional food and global cuisine? How does it combine and how does it work?
So whenever international guests come, they all come with a belief towards the Lord Krishna, and they are here for the particular and this respectful heritage the place carry on.
Right.
So whenever we meet their demands, we always try to cater the local food. We balance in terms of the spices, we balance in terms of alternative options like where with the body food where it can be filled out, and so they can primarily can sweep their palate out.
Right. That's amazing because guests these days are very experimental and they don't compromise on food.
Yes.
I'm not only talking about Indians, but I've also seen people outside. Everybody is very particular about what they're having, what they're doing, because it's directly related to well-being. Yeah, of course, it also involves your mental health. Because what you consume now is exactly how you behave with that. So how do you keep all these factors in mind and then consider your guests to be, part of your cuisine, which is served without garlic and sweet?
So whenever we make local food, it is not only for satisfying the palate, but it choose the soulful eating of a right and the mindfulness of the eating, which only assists to the wellness. Because when we say Satvik, it's a philosophy towards the pure plant-based protein. When the modern world is freely about the fan following is used for the plant-based food. They are used about, the Satvik food. So this is the upcoming wellness food. It's gonna be the trend in the wellness food background.
Yeah.
Because the Satvik has the entirely plant-based hay. It doesn't have any kind of lactose or any kind of non-vegetarian. So it is entirely based on the Satvik tea. So the full focus on the two main things. One is the digestion, but And the second is the nutrition part, which it gives to the body. So that is why, and that is how in Radisson Hotel Vrindavan we are able to satisfy and the palate for the international guests as well as all the crop who comes across the Asia plot.
Right. So this is what we call Satvik food. Yeah. I know, of course, we can't even talk about non-veg, but what I'm trying to understand is that everything is plant-based. Whatever ingredients that you're using to prepare here in your main course as well is all plant-based.
Yeah, the entire thing very much plant-based. We utilize the major things like the hay, which is locally very famous, and we have a nearby plant where we source out the hay. That is the best hay. Yes, you see, the sukti wale aloo in matera or pal katori with hay ki badi. It's intercalarized towards the hay is being highly utilized, and then the spices like jeera, cardamom, bay leaf. These all are like spices what you use layer by layer. Right. It is more technical. So this is your normal traditional cooking process. That is, each flavor has to be retained. Each flavor has to be on the authentic side. We give the massive one thing so can it makes the food fabulous.
So how does your life or say like your day typically looks like when you are catering to so many people in a day? What is the footfall that you expect here at Radisson Vrindavan?
So they all the expectations on our number of house, especially for our breakfast, which we cater around. Because we have also
because since the time I have entered in, I've just seen masses around, people around, and people are coming and going. There's not even a point where I could see that your restaurant is not empty or your lobby is not filled with people.
So we have most of the people coming from outside also for the breakfast because we on an average we catch about 180 to 200 people on a daily basis. Yeah, it exceeds sometimes for the the guests who stay with us, the guests who visit us on the guests who visit the lot business dining, they all also are interested for having the plastic cost. So we get mostly almost like 35% of the sales from the outside market for a daily. And we are popular because of this thing only because we love the Satvik food and you like the food we enhance from the sacred detail of every Lord Krishna. Utilize for the growth of the dining and we can utilize or and we call the other way Chappan Bhog in India for the deities or for the Mumbai people. We select the cuisine out from there and we be seeing the acting local food of the place just from the petri teachers of the dining.
Right. So do you believe that food carries a typical attention while you're cooking and while the person who's consuming?
Yes, always. Sports. Your mood your body will first one, your soul will be good. Your money will be always the soul will be the money from like with it. And when you have good thing in the mouth, you're having the palate is automatically into goes almost your body feels that positive energy, you have a good vibe. And the base it goes all around very good thing though.
What I loved the most here was I have a sweet and I really crave for sweets, I think once or twice a day after lunch. So I really like your pan chili. It was exclusive, very different. I could actually, the strand taste of pan coming in my mouth while I was consuming that. So how is that made? Can you just tell us like a small story around it?
The pan, if you go to the Bihari temple and there are all the for the roots in the different days in the Bihari temple that we celebrate out. When I first visited here, I thought of something creating a unique thing.
So it's all great.
Yes. So I thought of creating something unique, seriously to the modern food as well. So when we started curating the cheese and combining it with the season of the pan and the gold line extra those special for 20 when the pan people were it being utilized in the cheese. And we customize it layer by layer. So it actually gives you the flavor of like you are having a pan, it's a rice and it's your palate for the tasting. And it is during summer especially it gives the coolness to the body. When the body comes to regulate the heat of the body. So that was the all purpose behind that.
Absolutely. It actually felt like that. So today we are not only talking about devotion, but we're talking about delicacy. We're also talking about how delicious your food is made. One ingredient that your kitchen cannot do without. Ghee. That's what you said. It's locally grown. That's the root which is used in the rest.
Yeah.
And any other message that you would want to give to the chefs out here, inspiring chefs in Vrindavan?
Okay, I would like to tell all the chefs that Vrindavan is a very good spiritual place throughout the culture, which is heritage culture. So do bring out the local delicacies of all the areas, how you separate the chefs to the guests who come to the Vrindavan, so that you can participate and you can bring out the traditional fresh cuisine. So everyone, whoever comes to the Vrindavan, so that the Lord listeners would get connected to each and every soul relating to the Vrindavan.
I mean, it is amazing and very important also to see that how important and this experience has become for us having Satvik growing up in the heart of Vrindavan. What could be better? Because I felt very detoxified out of your fruits. It wasn't really heavy. It wasn't basically kind. So this is something that I again look forward to. Thank you for sharing your ingredients and recipes. And I'm sure people are planning to come to Vrindavan. They would, after watching this episode, they would definitely want to try to that. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure hosting you, and we were looking forward to all the guests who will be visiting with us at Radisson Hotel Vrindavan. It are awesome, the amazing experience of the and the fresh food, which connects them to the Lord Krishna's again, one way or the other, because it's ritual, culture, and the tradition. It's almost the role of every Indian history.
Correct.
So we would be more than happy and always be a pleasure at being in Lord Krishna's place and celebrate the food of the hope to all our esteemed guests whoever are coming to the Radisson Hotel.
What you did that, and I'm sure now they have to meet Sam here once day. Thank you so much.